And welcome back to another episode with ByrdAdatto. And today, Michael, we're talking about something we've actually talked about over a dozen times. I'm sure the public is sick of hearing it from us on it. But back in March, as many people know, the SBA started lending out money through the Paycheck Protection Program, the PPP that everyone loves so much. And then we had the Paycheck Protection Program Flexibility Act, which is the PPPFA. Again, a lot of exciting stuff. But now we're at the point where people's already got their loans. They've spent their money and they're like, okay, let's get ready for the forgiveness. And the SBA has been slowly dripping out information on their FAQs. And Michael, they've actually put out some new applications. Maybe we can kind of get some background on these two new different types of applications.
First of all, I was hoping that I was done talking about the PPP, but I'm not. Here we are, here to help. But I think all of us have been overserved on PPP information, but we are grateful for the funds that came with it. So there are two applications, as you mentioned. They're the SBA Forms 3508 and one is 3508EZ. So feels very similar to the tax return vibe, and it is. And really the only difference is that for certain businesses, they will qualify for the easy form, and it is just that. It is a much quicker application. Generally, there's three categories that will fit for that. One is for self-employed businesses, and then two are really, think of it, if you're affected by COVID and you didn't reduce your workforce, I think it's by 25%, and you didn't reduce hours, then it's worth looking at to see if this form is going to fit for your business, and it'll be a much quicker process.
Yeah. And so the other thing is that we definitely want to tell everyone is now that the SBA has given us additional information, a lot of people are like, all right, great. So can we go start applying for loan forgiveness? Our recommendation right now is to have a little bit of patience with us and anyone else who's advising you right now, because we also know that although we have more information than we used to have, there's still a lot of outstanding questions. There's still some gray areas on these calculations when you are trying to get some forgiveness. As usual, the Congress is trying to debate potential automatic forgiveness. So we're waiting for them to figure out what that number looks like. I've seen a lot of numbers being passed around. So we're kind of just like we were in the beginning of this whole thing, when the government passes something, the executive branch then makes a determination of how they're going to interpret the rules, and then we can finally decide what to do. So we completely understand how some of you are frustrated because you're ready to get this off your books and get the loan forgiveness. But again, having some patience right now. Luckily, if you did get these funds, you were able to use them on a much needed basis. A little bit longer now to see. Hopefully, we can have some additional guidance on how to calculate. But again, that's the reason why we're asking for some patience right now. Michael, I don't know if you have any final thoughts.
Yeah, just one. I mean, just because it says the word easy after it, again, remember this is the government, and part of that form is still making some representations and warranties. You're still obligated in the same way about how you use the funds, and so it's don't fall asleep at the wheel just because you get to fill out the easy form.
Right. And my final takeaway I would say is, as Michael just alluded to, just because it says easy doesn't mean it is. And if you do mess this up, the biggest concern most of us are having is you may not get your full forgiveness that you thought you were going to get because of something shifting again. So have a little bit of patience with us. But thanks again for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you next time.
Thanks.